Your Healthy Community is underwritten by the Quantum Foundation. Quantum Foundation is dedicated to advancing access to healthcare and education for the residents of Palm Beach County. Quantum concentrates its mission in several areas to assure that all Palm Beach County residents have access to quality healthcare at reasonable cost, to improve quality of care, provide support for people with chronic health conditions, and to promote healthy communities and lifestyles through educational programming.
Good evening and welcome to Your Healthy Community. I'm Tony May. Every week we talk about what is going on all around you here in Palm Beach County to make you and your family more healthy. Now, it's not just access to quality health care or new gyms being built. We're talking about good schools, less poverty, and great family relationships. If you're not born with those, we're going to tell you about a program this evening that helps you create them. Welcome, Bill B., the Executive Director and President of Big Brothers Big Sisters, Palm Beach and Martin counties, and his little brother, Patrick. Welcome, Patrick.
Thank you.
First, we all probably have heard of Big Brothers Big Sisters, but some of us may think, hey, we thought that, was out of date or maybe not in Palm Beach County anymore. So kind of talk about the program in general here in Palm Beach County as of 2011.
As of 2011, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Martin was offered the ability to expand its services into Palm Beach County. In doing so, we've reinitiated the traditional mentoring programs, which is one-to-one mentoring with a positive role model. And what we've done is we've put back the school-based program. It's still, as they say, in Palm Beach, how do you enter Palm Beach? It's kind of like eating an elephant, small bites. So we're targeting specific areas initially till we get our feet on the ground. And we've also done the community program, which is what Patrick and I represent. And then we introduced a new program called Career Skills Mentoring, and that's specifically taking place in Coleman Park.
And starting at you and Patrick's relationship, when you say community, is that just I'm interested, maybe I don't have children or my children are grown and I want to mentor some child and I can get involved?
Absolutely. I mean, volunteers we're looking for positive role models. Now, we level 2 background screen all of the adults, and what we do is then match them with a young child, and it's male to male and female to female. And basically, it gives these children the opportunity of increasing their vistas or their horizons, and also gaining some insight on some positive paths that they should be taking in life. Patrick and I are now in our, we're about to go 7 years?
Yep.
7 years ago, you met Bill. What did you think when you first met him and they said, here's your new big brother?
I felt happy.
You did right away. So you weren't like a little scared-ish at first? No? Now, what do you two have in common? What do you like to do, together?
Well, we like to go out to church and go out to eat.
Those are good things.
And sometimes go to the beach and movies. And that's about all.
Now, were you doing okay in school when you met? Did you have Bill help you with anything, kind of school related or homework or anything like that?
Well, I had only one thing that I had to do on the computer. He let me go on the computer and do that thing.
How about your grades, Pat? Where are your grades right now?
On A's and B's.
A's and B's, that's impressive. And now what grade are you in, Patrick?
I'm in 7th.
7th. So you're in middle school.
Yeah.
Is that tough, middle school?
Yeah.
Yeah, my kids thought middle school was very hard. Just all the adjusting. So if you're having a bad day, can you count on Bill? Can you kind of reach out to him and say, hey, maybe we could get together this week? Tell me how that works.
Well, I call him, and if I get angry, I call him, and he comes pick me up, and we just go somewhere and I calm down my anger issue.
So we've been pretty lucky, and Patrick's got to know my daughter also. I have a 14-year-old daughter, and she's a very proficient student, and I think that's offered a little bit of a challenge for Patrick also, that he's keeping up, so to speak, with Melissa. But one of the things that I think that we do is I listen, right, Pat?
Yep.
You want to talk about things, and I think that's a lot to do with what you do as a mentor. You listen to the child, because it's an awful lot. I heard you at one time, I think it was in your last show, speak about some of the challenges of the economics right now, and how there's greater challenges within the families, and abuse and things like that, and even suicides. Well, positive role models help direct these children away from that type of situation, give them an outlet, and give them some guidance. And our new mantra, so to speak, is start something in the community. And that's what we're trying to do again in Palm Beach, is really reignite the fact that mentoring and one-to-one mentoring changes the life of a child. I mean, are we a first responder? Not really. But on a macro perspective, yes, because we take somebody that might have taken the wrong path, and hopefully we're leading them down the right path.
And one of the things that you mentioned, and I'd like to focus on, is you're making small steps back into Palm Beach County and at Coleman Park in the West Palm Beach area. That is a specific career mentoring program, is that
Yes,
right?
it is.
So kids about a year older than Patrick, 8th grade, are they getting matched with somebody in a career they had hoped to go into, or something they're just interested, vaguely? How does
Actually, the way it works is we ask the children that are accepted into the program to give us 3 selections of what they would like to experience. And we've been pretty fortunate for the most part. Now, again, we're starting it in Palm Beach County, but we've had success in matching them with the type of program that they want to experience. And currently, we have children, we have them with the Palm Beach Opera, we have them with the Palm Beach Museum, we have them with the State Attorney General's office.
That's
I mean,
impressive.
yes, it is. There's, believe it or not, quite a few lawyers that have stepped forward. And I think that, believe we have a dentist involved in it. We have a couple of them over at Good Sam in the, I guess, the child care unit over there, that they want to kind of give back themselves as 8th graders and get some exposure in that area. And the thing that makes it so positive is that the program is an opportunity, and it gives these children, it teaches them employability skills. It puts on some accountability on them, because they have to stay in school. They learn to recognize the importance of the academic performance that they're giving, and we've had tremendous outcomes as a result of it. And we hope to continue that here in Palm Beach County.
Now, Patrick, when you first met Bill, did you know like what you wanted to be when you got out of school or anything like that?
Yeah, I wanted to be a police officer.
What about now? You still want to be a police officer?
Yeah.
Now, when you're a police officer in 10 years from now or less, are you going to want to be a big brother
Yeah.
like Bill? You do want to be that? What about your friends? Are they like jealous? You have a cool big brother. He takes you cool places. He kind of helps you out tough situations. What do your friends think of all that?
Well, they think that it's pretty cool, and I told one of my friends that Big Brother and Big Sisters is very good, and they get you a big brother, and they pretty liked it.
Now, if somebody's watching and they're interested in what you and Patrick have created, that's a big time commitment. We should be honest. You want people who are willing to give a year. Is that still right?
That's correct.
And what about the career mentoring over at Coleman Park? Is that a different model?
Slightly different. We're eventually going to try and build it into a year program. Right now, it mimics more the school system
Okay.
and their time frame. Hopefully, we can extend that a little bit further with some contact during the summer months. And it has been all of the mentoring programs are positive successes, and we've been very fortunate in that respect, and we've had tremendous outcomes. But that's because I have great staff. And it's an important feature, along with a very gifted board. So we've been able to move forward on a continuous basis, and it's had a positive impact on an awful lot of children in the community.
And the career mentoring, is that, I know you all have a lot of fun together. Is the career mentoring a little more serious tone? They get to go to the office, watch an opera singer go through, practice, or a lawyer preparing for a case, so to
Correct.
speak?
Well, the community program is Patrick and myself going around and just doing just about everything you can.
I love
We
that
go
idea.
trips.
I want a big brother, big
right.
sister.
And then the school-based program is more of an academic profile.
Okay.
All right. And then the career skills program is more of an introduction into why you're in school and the opportunities that you have by getting a degree and going into different work fields. So it's exposure there.
Okay.
And yes, there is accountability there because these students have to show up at these programs, and there's a commitment on their part. And interestingly enough, we've had 100% of the mentors give the children high marks by the time they've graduated. We've had children walk in, they couldn't even look you in the face.
Really?
They'd look completely at the floor. We had one young man, he ended up, when he graduated, addressing a crowd of 120 people.
Oh, my goodness.
And so, I mean, the impact of it and the self-confidence it builds in these children is amazing.
That's impressive. Well, Patrick, congratulations.
Thank
Stick
you.
with it. You seem to have a great big brother, and you seem to be a great little. Bill, I know that we're going to put information and connecting people with you through WXEL and directly to your website, because people might want to be a big, or they might know somebody little that needs a big, or they might want to get involved in the career mentoring over at Coleman Park at Roosevelt. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Patrick.
You're welcome.
And here's that information. Jot it down or log on to the website we're about to put up. We'll be right back. Well, the Big Brothers Big Sisters program in schools is obviously successful. But what about if you're struggling, hoping to stay on track to get your degree, but really don't have the support maybe at home or after school to do so? Well, there's a specific program to help students in Palm Beach County who are in that boat. Welcome, Patrick Franklin, the CEO and president of Urban League of West Palm. Nice to see you.
Thank you, Tony, for having me here.
We all know Urban League is so impactful in our community, but this program is really interesting to me because it's specific. It's looking at 10th, 11th, and graduating 12th graders who are wanting, on target, but maybe a little shaky in areas. Is that right?
We have put together a great program to assist our kids who are struggling and want to finish and get a diploma, a chance to do it. We've opened up their virtual classroom in the evenings now, between 3:30 and 7 o'clock in the evenings, to give them that support. Where the schools were closed before, we've opened the door. And by opening the door, we've given them the opportunity to say, if you want that diploma, we will help you get it. And they are taking advantage of it. I mean, absolutely outrageous right now.
Well, he said it better than I could. We did get a chance to go to the program, and we're going to give you a look inside that now.
Every afternoon, this classroom at Roosevelt Full Service Center School in West Palm Beach is the place where students are getting a last chance to fix things. They're taking part in a program called Credit Recovery, but it has nothing to do with credit cards and a lot to do with getting a high school diploma.
The Urban League felt this program was necessary because we knew that the dropout rate was significant among minority students. And we wanted to be able to impact it in a way that would increase the graduation rate in Palm Beach County.
Most of these kids are high school juniors and seniors. All of them are in danger of failing out or missing graduation because they haven't fulfilled basic requirements. Here, they can make the class up with the help of a cyber and a real teacher.
The student is on a computer. They're using the E2020 program, which is a completely online-based program. On it, they're going to have a lecture that they listen to, and they have practice homework to work on, and little lab assignments and readings to read and to work on. So that way they're learning the subject. Sometimes they may not understand it, and that's where we step in and we try to bridge that gap.
We do like different sessions with different